Good morning, YouTube. We're going to do a brief stream before we take off here. We talk a lot on this channel about, breakups and heartbreak and masculinity and how to date in 2022 and what it means to be in a masculine frame and a bunch of various other subjects. And so, before I take off for a couple days, I really wanted to get this one out because this particular subject is what gave me a lot of insight if I have time. But this might get cut off a little bit early, unfortunately, but I'm going to try to get through this best I can. This particular subject helped me gain a lot of perspective in regards to my ex and how to maneuver, rather, in regards to all the time spent together. So without further ado, we're going to get into this.
Is the dumper happy? Now, this is video number 259. If you have a question you would like for me to consider featuring on my channel, please write it in a comment below, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe and hit like, as it really does help me out in the ratings. And of course, if you would like coaching on your situation, just visit my website and use the special coupon code TLC2020. My website is thelovechat.net/coaching. Now let's get into why you're all actually here. The question posed is the dumper happy? Is your ex happy? Right? The relationship is over, and one of the greatest fears that the dumpee can have is that the dumper is happy with their choice. So, how do we determine this? What time frames are we talking about? There's all these questions that get thrown into this one overarching umbrella question. And I guess what I would really have you consider is time as the biggest factor, but not as the overlord, right? So, what do I mean by that? Because this one's a bit tricky. Just because it's been a decent period of time does not mean the dumper is completely 100% happy with their decision. However, they may be content with their decision. They may have decided that coming back to you is not something that they want to do, that breaking up with you was a wise choice for them. Maybe because the relationship was toxic, or maybe just because you guys grew apart and they didn't want to stick around to see if you could grow back together. Now, on the flip side, maybe they're miserable. Maybe they're really, really unhappy. So, what are some non-manipulative, non-mind-reading signs that we can see that will tell us if they're happy or unhappy? Well, they're going to be the obvious ones, right? They're calling you. They're trying to do whatever they can to get you to be their friend. They are texting you about things that they don't need to text you about, asking you questions that you know full well they can answer for themselves. But it can be hard to list these, and I really don't like to. I know that you guys ask all the time, and I try and give you little bits and pieces that I think will do no harm. But you have to understand that ultimately what you're asking me to do is to answer a question that involves, no matter how tactfully I put it, a bit of mind reading.
And that's not something you want to do.
So, instead of answering the question directly, because I don't want to get into mind reading, I don't want to get into that which we cannot prove, and frankly, that which focuses on another person. Instead, let's think about how you might feel in this situation. You know yourself a hell of a lot better than you know anyone else, because, well, you're you. So, if you had to dump somebody, you were just genuinely unhappy in the relationship, and yet you spent months to years in an otherwise happy relationship with this person, do you believe it would really be that easy to just walk away? Do you truly think that if you spent, I don't know, arbitrary number, 2 years with somebody, and you had tons of laughs, tons of amazing dates, tons of great sex, tons of intimate moments and memories shared, tons of restaurants visited, and
unfortunately, we are going to have to cut this one a little bit short.
Else. Do you think it's just that easy to go?
It is our time to go. We will revisit this, I promise, when I get back. But ironically enough, the Love Chat, this particular YouTube channel, along with I forget what the channel is called, but a lot of the Jordan Peterson clips and